Long Ashes to you guys. Happy Sunday. It's a beautiful day here in Florida. Cool. Yesterday, I took the day off, the afternoon. I worked from like 6 in the morning to like 12 noon at home doing stuff. And then I decided I'm going to go drive to Fort Lauderdale 50 miles for barbecue. Why? Because there's no good barbecue in Miami. It sucks. And so I drove to I think it's Bob Jenkins Barbecue in Fort Lauderdale. It's like 10 minutes from Fort Lauderdale Beach. I had this. This is a nice big cigar. A good one too. I didn't light it right. There we go. Now I lit that sucker right. And I went over there and then I went to the beach. And you're probably wondering, you always see me in this blue chair. And you'll see me at the beach in my blue chair. And I carry my blue chair everywhere I go. I put it in my vehicle and I carry it. And everywhere I go, I can sit down, have a cigar, have a coffee, enjoy myself. I took like 5 hours off yesterday and went just to the beach for after I had my barbecue from like 2 o'clock to like 5, and I just sat at the beach and had a cigar and a coffee for a couple hours and just time to meditate. And I'm spending a lot of time meditating and thinking, man, it's scary times. I'm going into a lot of things that I am unfamiliar. It's both exciting and scary. I'm just a risk taker, and I know I have the capability. I have the smarts. I know where my limits are. I know I got the smarts. I got the technical ability to launch my new venture into termites, which I've held off forever because I was so afraid, to be honest with you, of the unknown. I didn't know termites. And after talking to Paul Bello and talking to a couple of other people, I realized it isn't as scary as people think. And everybody's like, well, termites is hard, you know. Termites is hard, you know, there's litigation and there's this and that. And it's like, if you do your job right and you do your best and you really master your craft, and I know construction, I know structures. The reason I'm good at pest control is because I know both the biology and I know the practical of what structures are. I've been doing construction work and home improvement works my whole entire life. So at one point I almost became a general contractor. And I was somebody who was going to sign off on my license. And I decided I didn't want to do it because how dirty the business is down here, how many people you got to pay off and things you got to do. And I didn't want to do it. But now I'm embarking in this new venture and I'm super excited, man. I'm super excited about the things I'm doing. Things I'm familiar with that I did before and I stopped, like bed bug work. I stopped it. Because it just took too much of my time personally. And I didn't want to do that all the time. So now I can hire somebody to do it. I'm at a point where I can start hiring people to do a lot of this work. I didn't do rodent exclusion because it took too long. The reason termites take too long. So now I'm just going to have dedicated crews to do this stuff. And that way I can expand the business and train other people how to do it. But, get the facts. Get it. If you want to start a new venture, put something under your belt once a year. Just focus on one thing a year. Don't try to do everything. Don't try to be the guy who does everything. But this year you started with GHP, master that. Then you can maybe do lawn or do termite or do something else and add something new. But do it as you learn it, and then start hiring people to do it. That's the key really to multiplication, is hiring the people, but you become the operator that has the knowledge. So now you know if somebody knows when you're hiring them, because you know how to do it. And don't just hire somebody that is going to do something because you need a warm body, but hire a guy that either you can train up or that he knows and that he's going to do it your way, the way that is right. And I'm embarking on a new venture, man, with the Bible study again. We're doing a Sunday version, which is a business by the book. And who knows, I might spin that off into another separate podcast called Business by the Book, not related to pest control, and because it applies to all businesses, not just the pest control industry. Something I've been wanting to do for 2 years. I've got different things that I've been wanting to do, and I have a long list, and I'll put it out. And sometimes, look, I've learned that in business, a lot of this stuff is just timing, guys. Your timing was off. I've done stuff in the past that I wasn't successful at, and then I tried it again 5 years later, and then I was successful at it. One, I got more experience. I learned more. Experience is the best teacher. You can learn a lot of things in your going to a class, but sometimes the timing is right. Things are happening in your life. Maybe you're having a child. Maybe you're getting divorced. Maybe you're starting up the business. So, just because something didn't work once doesn't mean it's not going to work. And, I really enjoyed myself this morning. I went to service with my mom. I hadn't gotten to church because she goes to one church and I go to another. And they're not really my cup of tea. But, I need to spend more time with my mother. She's 85. I'm not going to have her much longer. Putting a lot of things in my life this year in perspective. So, prioritizing what's important and what's urgent. And every time that phone rings, it's urgent. But is it really important? And I've got to be able to prioritize that in my life to know that, hey, I'm going to spend more time. I'm going to be working from here. I'm here today with her. This is her place. And I'm going to be coming here and bringing my laptop and my phone and just working from here just to spend time with her and see her. Because I live pretty far. I live 30 miles from her. And I'm down south and she's, in Hialeah and I'm in Cutler Bay. For those of you who don't know where that is, if you're anywhere in the country. But, we're about 30 minutes away. And I get so busy during the week with the kids and the stuff I need to do. And then that I don't have time during the day. So I just say, I might come here 2-3 times a week and just work from her house and just hang out with her. And we went to service today together and doing stuff that's meaningful to me. It's not always about making the money. It's about what I want to make the money to do the things that are meaningful to me. I don't have a big lifestyle. I don't have, everybody sees me smoking a cigar, but I buy cigars for $3, $5, $4, and I get to have one once a week, and I have maybe a drink a week, and a bottle of liquor is going to last me forever. I don't go out a lot. I don't party. I don't spend a ton of money eating out. I don't have a thing for expensive cars. I don't have hobbies. I don't have a life sometimes. Dang, this guy doesn't have a life. But it's the prioritizing of things. To me, doing business is my sport. It's my doing the things that I enjoy doing. And I like learning new things. And I get bored. I get restless. I had one guy that I trained with now a couple of days ago that I spent an entire day with him learning how to do dry wood termite tentless treatment. And, really nice guy. He's, man, I'll help you. And I spent the day with him, and then we went to lunch. And turns out I thought he was older than me. Turns out he's younger than me. He's 40. And he's done. He's decided this is it. He does his bait stations. He's not going to grow. It's him and his wife. He's not going to grow the business anymore. He's happy. He's content. To him, doing one termite treatment a day, which is about $1,000, and he does it in 4 hours, 5 hours, and then he does his monitoring stations, and all he does is termite. He niche, he specialized, and he's been doing it for 25 years when he started his business, and he's totally happy. And I said, bro, you don't need to grow if you're totally happy. Me, I enjoy all this process. I love this, and I love the challenge of doing something that I personally couldn't do before, like hiring people and, training up more people and growing a business. And basically, I'm blessing people's lives to take people where they were making $9, $10 an hour. They had potential, but nobody saw the potential. So nobody saw the potential. Now they're making 13, 16, and 17 an hour. And it's not about me. It's not about me being selfish and making more money. It's about what I do. what I do creates more jobs, creates better lives for people. They were at an unhappy job and now they're working at a company where they get treated well, where I treat them with respect and dignity. And I make sure that I push them to grow if they want to grow, and I provide them growth opportunities. It's not about me. It's not about what I'm comfortable with. I could be comfortable with $100,000 a year. Mm. I'm getting an iced coffee. This is great. So you shouldn't talk with your mouth full of cigars. It's rude. So to me, it's not about um, just getting rich. It's about what I can do with the money. I can help my church more. I can help youth. I can contribute to a youth center. I can do more, have more time to do more podcasts to help people grow their business. The money gives me the freedom to do what I want to do in life, not that I have to work and be a slave to my job and a slave to my company. The Bible teaches me that you shouldn't be a slave to anything. One of my goals this year is get completely out of debt. I only have like 2 credit cards that have a little bit on it. I want to pay it off, and that's it. I'm going to pay it off. And I'm paying off a lot of the business debt. Even during this time where I've been slow, and I'm expanding and I'm entering into new things. I'm going to be taking a course on doing home inspections. Why? Because I can be a home inspector and then I can give my customers better value. You're buying the new home, start out with us. I'll inspect the new home, make sure it's termite free, it's WDO free. That what are the issues? What are you running into? Building trust with my clients, training other people to do it. So I'm taking on a lot of stuff, but I'm doing the academy, which I'm launching, and I got somebody working on that. I'm focused, and I have time for my family. I have time for my kids. I got time. Since I don't have hobbies and I don't need to play video games, and I don't need time for myself. I mean, 2 to 3 hours a week that I take off for myself, just to sit and reflect and relax. I sat out of the water yesterday on the beach. It was beautiful for 3 hours, smoking a cigar, having a coffee. Then I came home and I produced a podcast for Stephen Van Tassel. I produce his podcast. I put it online. He records it, and I will put it online, distribute it, and I'm helping him. I mean, the guy's got an enormous amount of experience. He's been doing this for over 30 years, and nobody knows it. He's got an enormous amount of potential, an enormous amount of talent, and sometimes he might not see it, and he thinks that nobody appreciates it because he's been doing it for so long. But, that's what I'm about. I'm about helping people that want to grow, that want to do new things. I want to push people to out of their comfort zone, to try things they never tried. And if you fail, you know what? You can always apologize and not do it anymore and do something else. But at least you tried. So I want to encourage you in 2021 to try new things. I'm working on my health. I've been working on my health now for 3 years. I'm working on my workout now to push my health to a new level. And I'm not this, I guess, outspoken individual who, just over the top. I implement. I just do. I try. Sometimes it doesn't work out. A lot of the times it doesn't work out for me. But it's about trying new things and experimenting and devoting yourself to a process. I just love the process. I love the process of trial and error. I love the process of protocol, procedure, creating that and making things happen. I got some great people around me that are not affiliated with me, that are joining me, but they're, we're all growing in this together. So I'll talk to them about their growth and they'll talk to me about my growth. And they'll invest more time than me. They're doing way better than me. But there are things that they're deficient at that I'm really good at. Training and putting protocols in and changing stuff up to something that works better. All about doing new things in 2021. Don't allow this pandemic to paralyze you. Don't be focused on what's happening in Washington. The Bible tells me this is not going to get any better. It's going to get worse. This idea that I have my head in the sand, I'm an optimistic guy. I look at the future. I've got a philosophy that I've got my feet on the ground, firm grasp on reality, eyes to the sky. And that's just been my philosophy for doing a lot of things. So I am not oblivious of what going on in government and the censorship and all that. I'm just not going to be part of it. I'm not going to be part of that doom and gloom that we got to just go and take on, and storm Washington, take up guns and the anarchy movement. I'm not focused. I don't watch the news. I don't watch the news at all. I haven't watched the news probably in over 6 years. I decided one day I wasn't going to watch the news. There's nothing in it you're going to tell me that I can't Google in 5 minutes, read an article and figure out what's going on and make a determination of what I'm going to do about it. I'm highly educated. I can read. A lot of people will question that. That's okay. Got to make sure this thing is lit, bro, because you don't want a cigar that isn't lit. So, I'm happy, I'm content, but I'm never complacent. And that is the big difference, that I'm never complacent about anything I do, that I'm always going to push it. I'm 50 years old, and I have this dream in me, like if I was 25 again. And it does, the life does take the wind out of you sometimes. And sorry, I just ate. My mom made me some food, and it was awesome. If you ever had garbanzo soup, chickpea soup, and then she made me a stew mixed together, and yeah, it sounds weird, but it's darn good. If you don't have a Cuban mother or a Cuban grandmother, you need to get yourself a Cuban mother. Guys, just, man, don't allow this world to discourage you. It's just the easiest thing to find on God's green earth is somebody to tell you something can't be done, how it's impossible, how the economy is. We did a bad economy and the stock market blew up. I mean, who could have predicted that? The world is a funny place. Things come full circle. There's nothing new under the sun. Don't allow yourself to be discouraged, man. Just keep trying. If you failed once, if you failed at marriage because you made a mistake, because you hired the wrong woman, hire the wrong woman. I'm thinking of my wife as employees. Dang, that sucks. But you made a mistake. You know better next time. Experience is the best teacher. You can get all the academics, but until you actually go out there in the field and do stuff, whether it's pest control, whether it's life, whether it's finances, it doesn't matter. You learn, you live, you try again, you get up. So I want to encourage you. Enjoy us a good cigar, have a good coffee, meditate, take some time off for yourself, do things that you enjoy doing, whatever that is for you. I can't judge that. I mean, I don't play video games, but if 2 hours of video games is going to help you clear your head and make you think better, then do it. For me, sometimes it's just meditation. Sometimes it's stretching in the morning. Sometimes it's hitting that gym and putting the weights really hard. I like just pushing myself and doing things. So I encourage you guys, go ahead in 2021, try new things. Don't be afraid. Take some chances, expand your knowledge, expand your horizons, and just love your family. Love what you do. The Bible tells me that perfect love casts out fear. If you're afraid, are you in love with the idea or are you in lust with the idea? Because if you're in love with the idea and you're in love with the process, the love that you have for it was going to cast out all that fear.